Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Ever since Owlcat dropped the Dance of Mass DLC, I have heard requests over and over again from the community to find out what new Swarm content has been added. And so I'm going to use this series as an opportunity to show you all clips of what Swarm experiences in the new DLC. I've also heard a lot of requests about what happens with Devil as well, so I'll probably do clips of that path next. If there's any other content you all want to see regarding Wrath of the Righteous, please by all means leave me a comment down below. I'd be happy to help you. Just as an FYI, for this run, we're going to be using the Wear Touch class. I've always wanted to play around more with Shifter, so this provides a great opportunity to do that. And since we're playing as a Shifter, to me it made sense to go ahead and do this playthrough as Sabretooth. But the voice will still be very, very similar to what we did as Thanos, because I feel like it still fits Sabretooth quite well. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the content.
Bless my mortal flesh with your enduring hunger, my lord. This pathetic servant comes bearing news. Kenabres has been defiled by a false pretender who claims to be the commander. He dares to blaspheme against the true lord of the swarm and seeks to start a crusade against you. Tell me, my lord, now that I have delivered this news, will you deem me worthy to join the swarm? Will you honor your pathetic servant by devouring her before you cast down this impostor?
You dare to tell me what to do?
No, no! Punish me as you see fit, my lord. Only you can decide if the abominable angel should be allowed to insult your greatness. And only you can decide when your loyal servant will be allowed to become one with the swarm.
Tell me more about this imposter.
The wretch calls you a demon spawn and boasts of his angel wings, a gift bestowed by Iomade. He wants to drive the true swarm out of Dresden. The fools who follow him have gathered in Kenabres to host a festival in his name. Let their feast become yours instead.
Requires Swarm mythic path.
You and the angel will both become part of the swarm. Rejoice, for you will be devoured first.
Yes, yes. There is no better fate than becoming one with the swarm.
So many locusts. Oh, gods, help! Help me! Oh, anything but this. I have a daughter. Spare me!
No mercy.
The swarm is coming. Get ready. This is our last stand. Defend the townsfolk.
The angel in Kenabres is the real commander. I've seen his angelic powers. He can heal weeping sores with a single touch.
But what about the traitor in Dresden? The one who sold his soul to the demons?
The commander will deal with that traitor. Just you wait.
Evil. Requires Swarm mythic path. Devour the townsfolk.
Your flesh is fit only to feed my swarm.
You savor the blood and fear of the screaming townsfolk as the locusts consume their flesh. The swarm rejoices, knowing that this is but a taste of what is to come, the first course of today's feast. The guards of Kenabres will not risk themselves for a lost cause. The gates of the city begin to close. For centuries, mortals have built impregnable walls around their cities to protect themselves from outside threats, or at least they thought them impregnable. While wood and stone can hold many monsters at bay, to others, they are but a small hindrance. Destroyed by demons before and then rebuilt, the wall around the central square of Kenabres rises menacingly before the swarm. Its gates are sealed shut, and it stands stronger than ever. To overcome it and enter Kenabres, the swarm pours through the arrow slits. The swarm flies into the city walls with a mighty force, filling the narrow rooms with buzzing and skittering. Shouting words of prayer and curses, the guards who have not yet fallen to the locusts flee, slamming the doors helplessly behind them. The swarm advances relentlessly, followed by the figure of the commander. One corridor leads to another, until finally a passage to the outside gapes ahead. A gust of wind hits the locusts with cries of terror and the smell of oil. A guard stands in the middle of a narrow passage. His eyes are wide with terror, and he is holding a torch in his trembling hand. A moment later, the shaft hits the oily floor with a resounding thud, and flames spill down the corridor. Whispering dying words, the guard falls to his knees, and the fire consumes him. Enveloped in flame, the dying man slams against the oil-covered wall, setting them ablaze. A wall of fire cuts off the passage to the outside. Seeing this obstacle, the swarm retreats to find another way in. The swarm spreads through the maze of corridors, thousands of eyes searching for one thing, a way out. And where others might take forever, the swarm manages it in minutes. The buzzing echoes across the stone and sounds like a loud, menacing march. The passage to the heart of the city is quickly found, and the commander bursts out into the open sky. How much longer do we have to stay here? I home a day knows. It looks like they are erecting barricades. Maybe they'll relieve us when they're done. Don't let your guard down. I won't trust me. Oh, damn it, here he comes!
Hurry up! The locusts are coming! We need to make this barricade higher. I know you're tired. I know it's not easy. The militia will lend you a hand. They'll be here any moment now.
Attack.
You are blessed to join the swarm on this glorious day.
No! We didn't finish it in time!
The corporal backs away, trying to cover his face.
You will go no further. Your road ends here. The chapter has passed judgment on you, and we will carry out the verdict, even if it costs us our lives. Close the passages! Speak your last words, spawn of chaos, or perish in silence.
What is the verdict, and what is my crime?
The Order of the Gored Claw has sentenced you to be destroyed for sabotaging the Fifth Crusade, appropriating Crusader property, and committing mass murder. Any more questions?
What makes you think you can defeat the Great Swarm?
This is our calling. We are here to see that justice is done, spawn of chaos. We will not rest until every monster is defeated. There is no price we will not pay, no sacrifice we will not make. It is something you will never understand.
Sacrifice, justice, defeating monsters. These knights are not just here to fight. They have something else planned.
All I hear is the buzzing of a few pathetic insects. You'll go down as easily as Rachel did. You are not even fit to feed the swarm.
Your insults are insignificant. The spawn of chaos has spoken its final words. It is time to enforce the sentence.
upon my wings. I have been called to destroy the swarm and rid Golarion of corruption. It is my purpose. Now face your doom, monster!
Who are you to talk about purpose?
Who am I? Listen to my words and despair! One day, a ray of Iomede's light burned so brightly in the realms of heaven that it took form and became the greatest warrior ever seen. And so, I was born.
Did you take some kind of potion?
Do not question me, you ravenous vermin! Everything my hand touches is imbued with Iomede's blessing, be it water from a well or the food of the gods!
Spittle flies from the angel's lips with every word he says.
Why do you call yourself the commander?
What a ridiculous question! I do not simply call myself the commander. I am the commander! I was chosen by the divine will of the goddess herself! I have begun a holy crusade against you, and I will end you here and now!
Peer closely into the angel's eyes. The angel's eyes look tired, as though he has not slept in days.
It's time to put an end to this charade.
Defend Golarion!
The false commander flaps his wings nervously.
I was to be a light in the darkness. Iomedae has failed me.
Delightful. Do you know the key to a successful battle? Thorough preparation. Which is why you're where you are today. Now, if you could kindly be patient, we will prepare to move you. There is no point trying to escape. You look impressive, I must admit. But we'll have plenty of time to discuss your appearance later.
And who might you be?
Since we have some time to spare, I will indulge you. I am the god of luxury, law, and obedience. The mighty Razmir, Lord of Razmir. I watch over my lands and my faithful, and now I seek new allies. All in a day's work for a deity.
The name has a familiar ring to it, like an echo from the distant past. Perhaps he has a small following of believers in Golarion?
So who was the imposter, really?
Why? Didn't he tell you? Iomede's chosen, Herald of Light, a powerful angel. Of course, these delusions were nothing more than a side effect of Razmir's tears. The tears I shed whenever I meet an idiot who believes in divine purpose, fate, and other mythical nonsense. I'm sure you can understand my distaste for such things. Tears of Razmir are a potent remedy for languor, fatigue, and drowsiness. The fact that this lunatic mistook his sudden surge of vitality for the result of divine influence has nothing to do with me.
What are you going to do to me?
So locusts do get frightened sometimes. I will now teleport you to my palace. You should consider it a great honor to be invited. Once we're there, we can talk more about this so-called swarm phenomenon of yours.
Sabretooth isn't frightened at all. He just wants to know what this guy has planned before he devours him.
Why are you doing this?
Do you expect me to reveal my plan and motives like some cheap thespian in a bad play? Let us preserve the intrigue for now.
Try to break free of the trap. The locusts rush to swarm the magic circle, but are crushed by an invisible wall. They search frantically for even the tiniest gap or crack in the barrier, but every attempt is met with failure.
A worthy attempt to win your freedom. How unfortunate that it was not successful.
Once I break free, you will suffer the fate of all those who oppose the swarm. I will devour you slowly, so you will have time to regret your insolence, you pathetic maggot!
Let's not be so hasty. Welcome to my palace.